On OSRC News at 7, experts tax Ondo government on inclusion of water holders in food safety reforms as world marks food. Security operatives take over PDP. President Tinubu's administration moves FEC meeting to Monday. On scene, U.S. Secretary of State Blinken back in Israel for more talks on Gaza.
Us tonight on the news at 7 on Osrc television. I am Oyewumi. I state of people in our Peruvian district capital. OSRC's visits to the Secretariat showed presence of the team of Nigerian Police, Department of Security and Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps. Their numbers. Some inside the Secretariat, while some were prevented from gaining access to the office. Some party members who spoke with OSRC explained that the wing about the state of the while describing the act of the any certain. Publicity Secretary of the PDP in Ondo State, Kennedy Perete, said the party has issued a statement to the Inspector General of Police on the barricade. As at filing this report to speak, Police Public Relations Officer Fumilayo Dunlami Misoya proved abortive. Meanwhile, no formal harassment reported under the Secretariat. Meanwhile, the Progressive PC and the Democratic Party in the state are against each other of and in Akure, the capital. The APC alleged that it had uncovered the plans to hate the price, but the opposition party said it is known for its peaceful and development in the state. Ondo APC in the create a semblance of political instability in the peaceful state, in addition to portraying the ruling party in a bad light ahead of governorship election coming up next year. The statement alleged that some PDP chieftains have started making huge contributions in collaborating with some players within the APC fold to destabilize the Sunshine State. The party explained that Ondo State has thus far been peaceful, organized, and enjoyed enviable political stability and industrial harmony. The statement condemned in strong terms such thoughts and plans to instigate political upheaval and create dissatisfaction among the people, arguing that the state governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu has been discharged duties and responsibilities without each, irrespective of his location. Today is World Food Day. Food Day is being celebrated with its focus on the theme Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind. Highlight water for life on of also seeks to raise global awareness about the importance of managing water wisely, rapid population growth, economic development, urbanization, and climate threatened waterproof availability. So, as the world to be sector, water is focuses on the critical role of water to life as the foundation of food. We'll bring you the report in the course of the bulletin. Matters, the the election of the lawmaker representing Adamawa North Senatorial in the National Ishaku Abo. Senator Abo of the All Progressives Congress (APC) said that voided election in favor of the candidate of the People's PDP, Amos Nyana. Abo had won his election in the February 2023 Assembly election, while Yuana came as declared by this independent led and the Maker Nobam Mesem has directed that all appeals arising from election petition cases across the country be transferred to the Abuja and Lagos divisions. The order affects governorship, national and state assemblies election, which held between February and March 2023. Other appeals from the state tribunal are supposed to be heard across the 20 appellate courts in the country. Only two divisions of the court decide over the election appeals. Reports say the Abuja division will undo appeals from 19 northern states, while 17 southern states cases will be heard in Lagos. The directive was issued following allegations and petitions against state tribunal judges. Some political parties and their candidates are alleged that are compromised by governors. The aggrieved parties also expressed sense that they may suffer the same fate if the appeals are to be determined in the various states. We are still after the break. Administration moved to Monday. And return. Please stay. On website www.osrc. Also on Facebook at YouTube. You can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV. On World Food Day, I told you earlier that World Math have been ties across all cultures. This year's World Food Day 2023 with the theme Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind focuses on the critical role of water to life on Earth and is the foundation of food. Pious, that completes the story.
World Food Day comes during a global food crisis with the world moving on ending hunger and malnutrition.
The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations designated October 16 as World Food Day in 1979. World Food Day is celebrated annually to promote awareness of hunger and actions for the future of food, people, and the planet. Fundamental human rights to healthy and nourishment, despite the fact millions of people worldwide lack access to wholesome food and clean water. World Food Day 23 with the theme Water is Life, Water is Food, Leave No One Behind aims to create awareness on the significance of this issue and encourage action to guarantee that access to of Chairman Ondo State Agricultural Commodities Association, and highlighted some of the challenges experienced in the agri sector, calling on governments to act by giving the necessary to food security.
Yeah, but is it accessible enough? No. That's why we have a deadline to bring stakeholders to see what we can do to ensure that we increase and we make our citizens more secure.
We need what plan. If you look at right because so we are and activities will not stop. We will continue. State.
Agree with then we comes to dry season, we begin to scale down for Israel. There is for what? How I to the people, the one getting a season, always for us to ensure that it will be able to cause to where there's
Agriculture disclosed land agriculture innovation and ability.
About two areas now. Areas that are to another area around Adoro, where we want an artificial will create for farmers. Area in West, let me also good news. Even the farmers want to it in the question to try
Rapid urbanization, economic development, and climate change are putting the planet's water resources under increasing stress. Ensuring global water security is key to achieving SDGs goal by 2030. OSRC News.
We see
Take it from me, the mind-blowing way to do things is the Glow LTE advanced way. When you stream, it's like you're in the drama itself. When you make calls, you reach where others can't. Coffee! Doing business is like running Wall Street from your street. And when you play,
I did beat the guy. We'll see about that.
it's like traveling the world without moving an inch.
Is that Toby in your room?
You can download in the blink of an eye in 4K.
Go, go.
And when you go for your dreams, it's like running with the strength of 3 nations behind you.
Glow LTE Advanced, the power of 3 data networks in one. Get a Glow SIM or dial *301#.
Your work can now food and now security capital versus Nigeria Police Department of State Security defense from games to members part
making some this morning. Fortunately, we met another of our
as the Public Secretary in the state, Kennedy Perete, said the party has issued a statement of police.
It's still under siege. You can see the armored personnel carrier is still outside. You can see some of the policemen, they are still outside. You can see about 2 Halos vehicles, they are still outside. Now, when we got there this morning, they said they were not going to allow us into our offices because they heard that some young men were going to protest. I have written to the IGP and the Commissioner of Police on the State Command to ask his men to leave our office because they are not part of this office. We have not called them to come and secure us, so they have no reason to come and take over our office.
These public relations abortive, while harassment of our has been reported at President Bola Tinubu this in State House responded after the fake meeting held at the presidential Abuja. President Tinubu has only held 2 fake meetings since inaugurating his cabinet in August. The Minister of Information noted that fake meetings may not hold regularly, especially if there is nothing very pressing to be discussed. Under the administration of his predecessor, President Muhammadu Buhari, free addition in cabinet. Jamabel Ibrahim, Ayodele Lawande, and Balarabe Lawal took the oath of office at the chamber. It held federal meeting over President nearly 2 weeks after the Senate the after screening. On September 17, President nominated Ibrahim and one day Minister of Youth, Minister of Youth for Youth. He also requested that the Senate to screen Balarabe Lawal, Minister from Kaduna. Lawal, who served as Secretary to the government of Kaduna State, replaces former Governor Osrc cabinet as Minister of Environment. In the meantime, President Tinubu has approved the appointment of Benjamin Lani and its Secretary of the newly formed Federal Capital Administration's FCTA Women Affairs Secretariat. This was revealed in a statement by the Federal Capital Territory FCT Minister's Director of Press, Anthony Ogunleye, via a post on FCTA's official Secretary. Yes, part of noted it's online to the FCTA's meeting proving well-being and empowering women and children. To the as a communication consultant, entrepreneur, international mail, and Mrs. Ms. Oli brings of knowledge to the direct brings to the full implementation of the digital communication at the General Assembly increase of 0 point. The report said the free was on was 7 point higher compared to recorded from basis was called of potatoes, yam and other tubers, fish, fruits, meat, vegetables and milk, cheese and eggs. And now we move to the foreign scene. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is back in Israel for more talks after discussing the Gaza war with the Middle East. United States and Jordan earlier mistake. On U.S. television, Biden said it's the creation of a humanitarian corridor in Gaza. Biden said in the that a surprise attack in Israel on October 7 needed to be Iran that Armenian said Tehran will not be vested in the conflicts, cautioning both Israel and the United States about potential substantial losses if the war between Israel and Hamas intensifies.
Response to the Hamas attack 10 days ago was immediate condemnation, but absent was the call for Israeli restraint that in the past would be part of U.S. reaction. Over the past 24 hours, as U.S. Secretary of State shuttled through the region, there has been an apparent shift in the U.S. position. President Biden now advising Israel against any preoccupation of Gaza.
What happened in Gaza, in my view, is Hamas and the extreme elements of Hamas don't represent all the Palestinian people. And I think that it would be a mistake for Israel to occupy Gaza again. But to going in and taking out the extremists, the Hezbollah is up north, but Hamas down south is a necessary requirement.
Do you believe that Hamas must be eliminated entirely?
Yes, I do. But there needs to be a Palestinian Authority. There needs to be a path to a Palestinian state.
We work together to make sure that, to the best of our ability, this conflict does not spread.
A possible reason for the U.S. shift may be a consequence of Antony Blinken's caution in his president Fatah al-Sisi's air of anger at Israeli action was made public.
This is a huge crisis. To a collective punishment of the Gaza Strip, which has 2.3 million Palestinians.
In Doha, Iranian Foreign Minister met the Emir of Qatar, Amin bin Ahmad Atani, who maintains relations with all parties to the conflict. In an interview, Iran's top diplomat said his country will not remain a bystander of Israel's continuous attack in Gaza.
If the measures aiming at immediately stopping the Israeli occupations attack that are killing children in the Palestinian territories, namely in the Gaza Strip and in the deadlock, it is highly probable that many other fronts will be opened. This option is not ruled out, and this is becoming increasingly more probable.
The Biden administration appears increasingly concerned about a wider war, a commitment to a two-state solution. Increasing exits in humanitarian relief may be part of strategy to reassure Arab allies that the U.S. can be a fair booker in the conflict. Osrc.
17th first victory in a game in 5 years. Mozambique taken 7 minutes into the game via Jenny Katamo, raising fresh fears that Nigeria's winless run in the friendly game may continue. But OGC Nice Terry Murphy shot from close range 13 minutes later to restore parity for the Super Eagles at the Estadio Municipal de Albufeira in Portugal. While Nigeria continued to dictate most of the play, it was no surprise as it took the lead. Brentford's Frank Onyeka bounced on a loose ball just at the edge of the box and fired home 2-1 to the Eagles. And with that, we conclude before we go quickly at the top stories. We told you that as the world commemorated this year's World Food Day, experts in Ondo State of tax government